So in this particular session we are going to learn about compression. So why compression is needed? We have a large volume of data that we need to exchange, and here compression plays an important role in multimedia communication. Okay, so why do we do compression? Because we need to reduce the size of the data or the volume of the data that we need to exchange. So let's look at the definition of compression. Okay, it refers to the process of reducing the amount of data, okay, required to represent the given data. So it is a data compression and all is a technique, okay, where we reduce the size of the original data, but we have to make sure that the original information that is contained does not get lost, or you can say that the original message is not distorted when you do the compression. So compression basically has two forms. Okay, one is the lossy compression, the other is lossless compression. Okay, now lossy compression is, you can say, that type of compression where there is a loss of information in a controlled manner, and lossless compression is that compression which believes that the redundant information contained in the data, if it is removed, okay, then we can achieve a sizable reduction in the original size of the data. So let's go ahead and study about the compression scheme as to exactly how the process actually happens. Okay, so you have an input data, the original data that you want to transmit, okay, and that is given to the encoder, okay, which is going to perform the process of compression. This encoder has the compression algorithm, okay, or compression schema, which will make sure that the original size gets, or the original volume of the data gets reduced. Okay, then the the percentage of compression that we want to achieve depends on the network on which we want to send the data, and obviously the application for which this data is intended. Then once the encoder has done the compression, the data either can be given for storage or it can be given to the networks. Okay, so you have to understand over here why the middle block is having storage or networks, because compression is not necessarily just used for multimedia communication or for transmitting the data over the networks. Compression is also achieved where, okay, you have a large amount of data and you have a restricted amount of storage facility, and to make the optimum use of storage, you do the compression, in which you make sure that you only store that data which is relevant, and that which is irrelevant does not get stored, and in short you achieve that it does not cover up the storage space. Okay, so once that is done, uh, for us we are looking at that sort of compression where the data is sent over the networks. Then comes the decoder part, that is the third block, okay, which does the process of decompression. Okay, uh, it will again contain that algorithm of compression which will reduce receive the encoded or the compressed data, and in the output it will give the original data back. Okay, so if you are on networks, then the encoder, you have to understand, will be on your sender's side, and the decoder will be on the receiver's side. So next let's study about lossy compression, and the difference between the lossy compression and the lossless compression. Yeah, so lossy compression, okay, is a method which believes that the data which is not noticeable, you eliminate that. Okay, while the lossless compression believes that you do not actually eliminate whether the data is noticeable or not. Then since lossy compression, okay, it believes in eliminating the data, you cannot restore or rebuild the original data. Okay, while that is completely possible in lossless compression to rebuild or restore the file in its original form. Okay, that's why the data quality in the lossy compression gets compromised. Okay, whereas lossless compression does not compromise the data's quality. Okay, uh, lossy compression uh, due to its nature, okay, achieves a reduction in size of the data, whereas lossy compression does not reduce the size of the data. The algorithms in lossy compression are transform coding, DCT, that is discrete cosine transform, and discrete Fourier transform, and fractal compression. And lossless compression has the algorithms like run length encoding, LZW, and Huffman coding. Also, it has arithmetic coding. Lossy compression can be used on any of your files like the video files or image files or audio files. The same way, lossless compression can also be used on text files or image files, or you can say sound files also. Then um, lossy compression has a more data holding capacity, because it reduces that data which is not noticeable. Okay, so more data can be holded, whereas that is not possible in the lossless compression. So that brings us to the end of this topic on compression. Thank you so much.